Alrighty, today what we're going to do sine, cosine, tangent, but apply it to a word problem. Okay, which we did a whole bunch yesterday too. So I don't feel the need to go one by one by one and do these with you. So instead, I'm going to take the toughest of the four, which is number 3, do that one with you, and then I'm going to let you go and do 1, 2, and 4 on your own, knowing the answers. Okay, because I need you guys to practice this, all right, instead of me just up here, hey, let's call on this number. How do you do this one? You guys need some independent time today. So that's exactly what I'll give you after we do number 3. Number 3, old Regents problem. A couple of years ago, they put this on the Regents. Mixed bag on the success level. So here we go. Everything's already labeled for you. In part A, it says the angle of elevation. Don't be too concerned about that. I already put the 4.76 in where it needs to go. We will actually talk about that term on Monday, though. Angle of elevation and where to find it in a right triangle. State the length of the ramp. So here we go. Got to find the length of the ramp to the nearest tenth of a foot. Here we go. Length of the ramp. Well, first of all, I need a right triangle. That diagram by itself as a whole is not a right triangle. It's a quadrilateral, right? It's got 4 sides. It's got the ramp, then it's got that little 8-inch piece on top, then it's got your 2 vertical and horizontal sides. So do you see how I could make this into a right triangle, though? Where the ramp would be my hypotenuse. Do we see how we could break this diagram up? Where the ramp, because right now the ramp would not be the hypotenuse if I took this entire figure. It's not. Okay, it's not even a right triangle. So what I need to do instead is, hey, there we go. There's my right triangle now, right? Okay, there's my right triangle.
You're allowed to do that?
Why not? I have to, Sophia, right? Because using the diagram as a whole isn't going to get me anywhere. I wouldn't be able to find the ramp using that whole diagram because I don't have a right triangle. All right, so I see this 4.76, so I'm thinking, all right, it's definitely not Hills and Sass. Can't use Pythag. We went over this yesterday. Why I can't use anything I gave you guys in the first half of the unit. I'm still going to need a side length. I got X. I got my angle. I still need a second side, though, so I can do sine, cosine, tangent ratios. Where's that second side going to come from? At home, in class, where's that second side length going to come from? Anybody know a side length? Audrey, go.
The one you just drew in to be.
Which one is going to be how long?
18 inches.
18 inches. Everyone see how she's getting it? She's taking the 6 inches plus another 6 inches plus another 6 inches is a total of 18 inches for this side length here. Good.
I love the 8s for that part.
The 8s?
I don't know, I guess they're. I don't know, I was trying to figure out which one was for the height and which one was for the weight.
All right, so I think this turns into yesterday now, right? Basic sine, cosine, I think basic sine, cosine, tangent. So if I'm going from my 4.76, I need to know what's the ramp and what's the 18 inches. Opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Here we go. Let's start it off. Atticus, you're up. What's the X? Okay, so I'm going to put a little H there just like I did yesterday. And how about that 18 inches? Opposite. All right, so we know the hypotenuse and the opposite side, kids. So going through your mind right now, I'm allowed to use what ratio if I know the opposite and the hypotenuse side? Let's roll. 2, 4. Emily, what do you got? What ratio with opposite and hypotenuse?
Sine.
Sine. Thank you very much. So I can use the sine ratio. Sine of my angle, 4.76 is equal to, if you got to write SOHCAHTOA down, write it down. Or you could just look up there. I cover those up for the quiz next week, but they'll be there for now. Opposite over hypotenuse. So for us, it would be 18 over X. Done? All right. You guys know the deal from yesterday. Put it over 1 if it makes you feel warm and comfy inside. And cross multiply this sucker. What's up, Omni?
So I was thinking about this. What is sine? Like, what operation is my calculator doing?
It's a, yep. So basically, when you do sine 4.76, where the heck does the calculator get that number from? Everyone asks that every year, so I'm always prepared to go. It's a graph. There's your sine curve. So when you type in, what's the sine of 4.76? Here's what your calculator does. It goes on the x-axis to wherever 4.76 is, finds that y value, and that's the one it produces. That's the number your calculator produces. So it is a curve, just like cosine again. Same thing with cosine. Looks a little different though. It is different, trust me, from sine. And that's what it does. It goes on the x-axis to what you want and finds that corresponding y value. So that's where it gets it from. Sophia.
I don't know if I did a calculation error, but I got some online at 216.
What's wrong?
Is that correct? That seems like a ridiculously high number.
You're just not trusting your ability? What's up?
No, I don't.
I thought you of all people had a lot of confidence in here.
I don't know. When you're dealing with numbers like 4.76, I'm not used to.
But it's sine 4.76.
What's wrong? 200, right? That's what you got? 216?
Yeah.
Everyone else is all right? Yeah? It's wrong! It's wrong. I'll wait. Guys at home, it's wrong. I know. This is the first time this year that we have to be a little bit more disciplined when reading a problem. Anybody?
It's in inches and it needs to be in feet.
Read the problem again. Round your answer to the nearest tenth of a foot, but look at the darn diagram. It's all in what? Inches. Yes. Yes, starting this unit, we do need to be a little bit more disciplined because it's going to happen all the time now. Your diagram is in one unit, and then all of a sudden I ask for it in the answer in a different unit. All right, everyone at home see that? Okay, it's fine. We got caught. All right, let's not get caught again, though. Don't let lightning strike twice. How do I turn this inches into feet then? Divided by 12. Yep. So take your inches. And notice, also notice, I wrote it all out. All right, don't take your rounded answer and divide by 12. That's not your final one. You keep the full calculator display until you've had the final answer. So divide by 12. Now I can round to the nearest tenth and end up with 18.1. There you go. Okay, so we just gotta watch for that. It's gonna happen more and more, so just get it. Just a heads up. Everyone all right on part A while we had to turn it into feet? All right, part B. Well, this is a little bit tougher now. Find D. Find that distance, D. Bottom of the stairs to the bottom of the ramp. Oh boy. D's not a full side in my triangle though, is it? Oh boy, okay. We're gonna have to come up with a plan here. Because it's not like I can just do what I did in part A and be done. Because I don't need a full side, I need part of the side. I'm gonna need some suggestions from people home, here in class. How can I find the length of D there? Go ahead, Ani.
So I have a theory. So if you take the if you get rid of the 2 6s that are there, you can make a line from the first 6 inch. You know what I'm talking about? You can make a new triangle, and then you can get rid of the I'm not explaining it well. You see where the first 6 inch is, right where D ends.
Yep.
You can make a line going up and make a new triangle.
Okay.
And then you know like the amount you're getting rid of because there's like the 2 8s right there, which are like the rest of the length of the one side. So you just get rid of 16 from it, and then you have the new length of the new hypotenuse, and then you can do cosine.
Okay, so you want to do a new triangle, but then you would have to find the new hypotenuse.
No, the new hypotenuse you just get rid of because the rest of it's the 2 8s right there.
Mm-hmm.
So you just get rid of 16, but you do the whole problem in inches and make it feet.
Okay, so I think let me twist what you're saying a little bit. Instead of making a new triangle, why don't we actually find that whole leg and then take what from it? 16, which is what you're saying. I just twisted instead of making a new triangle, right? Okay, everyone see the plan here? And I'm gonna go ahead, do it I'm okay with your way. I'm okay with that. Go ahead, do it. We should both come out with the same result. Everyone see what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna find that horizontal leg, and then at the end, we're gonna subtract off the 16 inches. All right, at the end, we'll subtract off the 16 inches to get to D. Everyone okay with that? All right, how am I gonna do it? I could still go from 4.76. I already have the 18, which is opposite. Now I'm looking for the adjacent side. All right, now I'm looking for the adjacent side of my right triangle. So now I didn't give any love to it yesterday, but I will right now. If I have the opposite and adjacent side, what do I want to use here? Emily, going back. Sabrina. What can I use with opposite and adjacent? Tangent. Good job, Sabrina. Tangent of still 4.76. Opposite side is still 18. Adjacent side now is, I'll put a Y here. I don't want to put D because that's not what I'm finding. And then we still got some work to do at the end here. So I can cross multiply again. Make sure we don't round anything until the end of the problem. For that entire leg, I'm getting 216.1660169. Did I add enough numbers? Yep. But that's the whole leg we just discussed. I do have to subtract the 2 8-inch pieces from it, 16 inches. So D is going to be 200.1660169 inches. But again, you got to be disciplined. What's the directions ask me? Nearest 1/10 of a foot. Again, yes. Again, this is all in inches. So once again, I need to divide by 12 to get it into feet. And that'll be my D value.
Mr. Carlino,
Yep.
I did a different way where I used Pythagorean theorem to
Yep.
find it. Is that okay too?
Yes, Maeve, that's fine. The only thing I would warn you is don't use 18.1 from the part A. Use your full calculator display before you rounded it to 18.1. Because that may throw off your answer like 0.1 or 0.2. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that's totally fine using Pythag. Yep. And then what do we end up here? Nearest 10th?
16.7.
16.7 feet. All right. So watch out now. Please read the problem carefully. Know what units you start in and what units you need to finish in. Questions at all about that one before I let you go on your own? Okay, number 1. Go to number 1, please. Can you cross off at the end of the problem? It says round your answer to the nearest mile. Just change it to foot. All right, I don't want to start you off with one where you got to convert already. So I'm just going to make it nice and easy. Round your answer to the nearest foot, and there's your answer right there, 457. If you want to write it off to the side, that's what you should come out with for number one. I'm going to give you the answers to all these, so you know you're doing them correctly. 457. Make sure you round your answer to the nearest foot. Everyone all right? Before I go to two? After I go through all the answers and everything, yes, you guys you have the rest of the time to finish it on your own, because I need you guys to work independently instead of me up here chiming away. Number two, you will need most of you probably don't know, maybe you do. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. That conversion may come into play on this problem. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. And then that's the answer for part A in feet. And then part B, it asks for nearest mile, so 68 miles in part B. So this one's going to challenge you because you're going to go back feet to miles, feet to miles. Everyone's okay? And I can put these back up if anybody needs it. And then finally on number 4, you're dealing with the rectangle. I know it's been a couple units since we discussed properties of a rectangle, but one property you will need here of a rectangle, diagonals form 4 isosceles triangles. That'll help you on that one. And the length and the width are 13 and 18. They should come out to be 13 and 18. All right, get going, get trucking. I am here for any issues that come up. If you're not getting the answer, you have a question about one of the diagrams, I am here. If you get through number 4 and finish with all the correct answers, keep plugging away to the assignment. Keep plugging away to the assignment. Just gotta stop the video.